Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's get the lemon into the water. It's 10-10 as we get it moving every single day here, and we move the markets with our mind. Shout out to everybody here. Let's put the lemon into the water. Let's decalcify that pineal. Let's get ourselves moving. And you never know what color's going to be in today. It's going to be blue. It's going to be gray. It's going to be red. It's going to be white, orange, yellow. You never know. I'm going to come with something different every single day to keep you on your toes. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for coming on in. Thank you to my wardrobe people. I have no wardrobe people, it's me. But thank you to them if I did have them. God bless each and every one of you. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water. God bless each and every one of you for being here. What a blessing it is to be alive. What a blessing it is to be alive. And I'm going to say praise by drinking this water and hydrating my body in the best way possible. Let's do it, baby. Take a sip. Take a sip of the lemon water. Jump on in. Feel the breeze. Appreciate you all for coming on in. Let's break down the market, shall we? Shout out to each and every one of you for coming on in. And here we are. See me on Around the Blockchain tomorrow at 5 p.m. That's the little banner there in the bottom corner there. Around the Blockchain at 5 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday. Jump on in. Their own channel. They've moved away from the BitBoy Show to their own channel. Shout out to that big independent move. And it's been a blast. I've been having a lot of fun with all the new and interesting people on the show. And it's been awesome. So jump on in with me. Share that awesome love with me, and we'll have a blast together. Shout out to you all. Shout out to you all. Let's take a look. See a coin. Oldie but goodie up 4%. Everything else a bit red today. Let's break it down. What happened in the trading group? What were we looking at? What are we talking about? We're going to break down Bitcoin in a bit of a second here. Bit of a double bottom forming, but a resistance point at 24,970, basically 24K. We are having an issue getting back above 24,000. We've 25K, sorry, 25,000. We got an issue getting back above 25K. We're going to talk about that. We're going to break it down. This is on my radar. Casper. I'm nice enough to show you the coin that on my radar. We put this out in my trading group here when it first started coming out. This cup and handle blasted. Then we had the retracement here. Another huge blast to the upside. Then another retracement on a Fibonacci here and another blast. We keep just showing you how this thing has been in a bull run. This coin itself has been in a bull run ever since it really came out. It got the initial sell-off when it hit the exchanges. So, but since October 26th, since we put this coin out at about what? 1/10 of a penny, it's gone up about a 13x to 1/10 and 3/10 of a penny. What a move. So Casper on the radar, and it looks like it may be continuing to do some damage here. It's on my radar again. You might want to write Casper down. Casper, baby, Casper. Bitcoin to 10K when the banks stop allowing money transfers into crypto exchanges. Thank you for your likes and support. Just one click, truly to help others find their lifer community. You know, if Bitcoin will still survive somehow, some way, there'll be some billionaire who decides he doesn't want to play and he's going to be able to find a way. He'll open up an account. He'll do something. There will be a country that would allow you to get into Bitcoin. They're going to try to do everything they can. We see what's happening. We see what's going on. It's an all-out grab for control. We know it. And only at this point, I trust in God because we don't know how evil these people are. We don't know how far they're going to go. All right? We don't. We've seen it, though. We've seen certain people, 3 crypto billionaires, right? Gone in the last year, disappeared. We don't know what happened to them. A lot has happened. Gives me the heebie-jeebies even just being out here. And that's why I want to let you know. I'm earning every penny because you never know at the end of the day. Again, I'll stop there. But when you're pushing an agenda, you never know whose agenda you're pushing against. And in a world of silent wars and money, you gotta be conscious of what you're doing. All right. We know how evil they are. We know. Thank you. I sent you a message on Twitter with a news article, Sam, for you. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Let me jump on into the message you sent me. Did you actually send it in a message? Let's see here. Okay, I don't see it. You didn't send me an actual message. Maybe you just typed it in and said hi to me, but I don't see it. Yeah. Oh, maybe, yeah, no, I don't see it. You didn't DM me, so no, I don't see a message. Legends of Crypto in the house. Shout out to PS5 Gaming, my man. Thank you for saying that. Bitcoin is mandatory in this day and age. Private. Yeah, I don't see it. There's no private message. Maybe you did it a while back. I don't see it. I'm looking at my messages right now. Yeah. The Pentagon has released a huge article about not just a UFO, but a flat-out mothership. Can you send it to me? In a real DM? Like you can DM people on Twitter, right? Anyway. Kaz, on my radar. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What do I see happening for Bitcoin? Well, the 1 hour. showing signs that it can't really get back above the zone. And what I'm looking at here is, I'm going to show you something here. You got a shoulder, you got a shoulder, you got a head, you got a shoulder, you got a shoulder. That's what's called a complex inverted head and shoulder. Complex head and shoulder that can break you to the downside. That's just something we have to be wary of. And the measured move would take us down to about 22,400. Definitely something that we have to be wary of and think about. So that's on the radar right now, right off the bat, and a complex head and shoulder. If you've never heard about it, now you have. You just learned about the complex head and shoulder BOOKMAP. We had some nice short squeeze action in the morning. Came back down to a sell wall, 25,000 to 25,000. Couldn't get back above the area. We have a huge buy wall here, though, and a huge buy wall at 23,400. The exact right there. 23,750, a little lower, I guess, in the middle. Somewhere in there, I guess. I think it would match up with 23,600, 23,006. So the measured move of the head and shoulder would be to 22,005. And BOOKMAP shows a big load up at about 23,600. So like right around here, in this zone here, I guess where that candle took a move. Okay, there's some chunk there. I get it. So I guess, there's a lot of up and down action in there. And there's a VRVP right there, a high volume node on the VRVP, which coincides with BOOKMAP. A lot of times if you use BOOKMAP and the VRVP, you're going to be very accurate with where the liquidity order book is. Very similar to watching the order book. If you watch Jason Casper and he looks at the Chevo book or whatever, the order book, same exact thing that I'm doing, just doing it in a different way. I'm showing you order blocks. It's exactly what I'm doing. I'm showing you where the most order blocks are for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and that moves the markets. All right? Mothership. Just me, nerd, with some crazy theory. Yeah, can you DM me? Maybe you can't DM me, right? You sent me a message on Twitter. Where would the message be? How did you send me a message on Twitter? And I got a tweet up here. 3 things I regretted not doing once I did them. 1 was buying Bitcoin. 2 was getting married. 3 was installing a bidet. In both my toilets in my house, I have a bidet. It shoots water at the speed of light right into you-know-where. I have the cleanest... What, babe? I have the cleanest toilet in the world. No, but the bidet is amazing. What? Yeah. Yeah, because, I bought Bitcoin, then I got married, right? I did that before I got married, no? Oh, no, I got married before I bought Bitcoin. Whatever, I think that for someone to start, because you know what? You got to buy Bitcoin first, then the girl will know you got money, and then you get married. It's kind of how it works, She ain't going to marry you and got no sats. You don't want a wife that's going to marry you with no sats. You want a wife that knows you got the sat, You want a sat-loving wife. Shout out to everybody. I love you, babe. So, I see a complex head and shoulder, all right? That could definitely take us down to the measured move at 22,552. Is there a bearish divvy there? Not really, but it's slight. It's a class C because that's a sharp move up, and that's not as sharp as a move. So it's a class C bearish divergence. Sam ditched the jury duty. Did you pay tax on crypto? Yes, always. Always pay your taxes. They're going to come get you no matter what. Just do the right thing. Man, I'm actually a little happy about Credit Suisse. I had a short on Euro USD pair Vela, and the banking event dropped the USD, but Credit Suisse dropped the Euro today, and my trade is up. There you go. On the Forex, baby. There you go. Whistly clean. Yep, every single time, man. You know what it is. So everyone wanted to know about the data, too, the PPI data, all right? And I had it up for the whole entire group. We talked about it. If you want to know what happened, we'll break it down for you. Pretty simple and easy. So I posted it in my trading group. I extracted the information that you need to know. All right. There's a lot of info, but there's only a few things that you really need to know. So let's break it down. All right. In my trading group, you get access to updates in the morning. Updates. I gave an update last night. At what time, everybody? 12 a.m. or something? 12:35 of the morning. I'm up giving you my special sauce, what I see happening for the day for BTC. All right. I don't stop. I don't stop because I love it. You wouldn't either if you freaking loved your life as much as I did, which I know you do because you're a lifer. If I'd be doing any better, I'd be you. US PPI for February just came in at 0.1, right? Month on month before expectations of a +3. So that's a change at 0.4. That's a big change. 0.2 would have been good enough. 0.1, a negative 0.1 against a 0.3 assumption, all right? Then we also thought we would get to a +0.5, 5.4, but we got to a +4.6. This is, However, when you really look at things in general, rent is up. A lot of things in the supermarket are up. So, and another thing, when they do this data, what they do is instead of taking filet mignons, they take ground beef. They change the items to try to change the way inflation looks. It's a bit shady because people will stop buying filet mignon and they'll buy ground beef, but they'll still say that it's skewed. All right, it's skewed. Or people won't buy organic eggs; they'll buy the regular eggs. You see what I'm saying? So people will make decisions based on the price of things. All right. And they skew it in the data. If you know what I'm saying? They skew it on the data. So quite a few YouTubers saying we are starting the bull run. If they're on the money, get your money on the coins. I mean, I'll tell you when a bull run starts. Honestly, watch this. I'm going to teach you something right now, and I've said this many times on the channel. All my lifers know it, but I'm going to show you right now. We're going to go to any asset in the world. We're going to look at oil. All right? Oil LTD, oil India, just any, it doesn't matter. I'm looking at any asset, any big asset that's been trading for a while, okay? We're going to slip on over to the 4-hour time frame. We're going to slap all the moving averages, right? I'm going to show you something so key. Look, this goes on and on for years, right? This starts here in 2010, 09, right? You got above the 4-hour on the 200 SMA. What happened? A massive move, okay? You got below it, drop. You got above it, nice little swing trade. So every time, if you just opened up a long and put a stop loss below the 200 SMA and then waited for the price action to pump away, put the stop loss to break even, and then continue to trail. Here you could continue to trail. These little ones moved, but they weren't amazing. This one was a nice one. That one was a nice one. That was a nice one. That was a nice one, all right? That was a beautiful trade. That was a beautiful trade. That was a beautiful trade. This dipped a little bit. Once you got above it, beautiful trade. And that was a monster trade. You just keep the stop loss trailing below the 200 SMA. Right there. You never would have got the stop loss hit. See? Same thing here. So, again, oil got back above the 200 SMA. What happened? Simple way to trade. You're not going to win every time, but 80% of the time, as I showed you, and I can go over 100 assets right now. And I can show you every single time price got above it. And then I can show you that 80% of the time it was a substantial move. So, I could sit here for an hour and do that for you, and then I would prove to you why I do what I do. My trading style comes from exact ideas that I backtested and found to be true, from actually doing the experiment and then finding the experiment was right. Okay, so look, Bitcoin. Let's go over the same thing idea. Bitcoin got back above the 200 SMA here. Nice pump. Stop loss below the 200 SMA, keep pumping, boom. Then you start, once you're up a substantial amount, you start trailing the stop loss. All right, I mean, you do whatever makes you want. I'm not a financial advisor. Do whatever makes you happy. All right. Am I live right now? Just wanted to make sure. For crying out loud. I've done this whole show before without even being live. I've done like 30 minutes of the show and I wasn't live. It's painful. It can hurt. You know what I mean? You're like, dang, I just gave so much energy, so much analysis, and I got to do it all over again. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, look, the 4 hours starting to bend. We've been waiting for this. I talked about it, right? 4 hours overbought. We needed the 4 hour stochastics to reset. We've been waiting for it. I've been talking about it. That's why I haven't posted a lot of altcoins. I said, listen, we've been trading Bitcoin really exclusively in the trading group and a few altcoins. Mainly, I just put out a Bitcoin update and we trade mainly altcoins. I switch because I switch depending on where the money is, right? Money's been it's been easier to trade Bitcoin recently, in my opinion. It's been kind of moving the market. So I've been watching Bitcoin and then sliding a few altcoins in there. Normally, I'm going to be posting 5 to 15 altcoin charts every single day of my life. Where's everyone from in the chat? A lot of new lifers. Shout out to everyone in your area. Everybody, where are you from in the chat? Let us know where you're from in the chat. We do a roll call here. Low Country, South Carolina, should Kevin Baker. Amazing. I'm from Boston. That AGX move was perfect timing. Thanks, Sammy. Hey, you nailed it. Also, you asked me about Jasmy 3S last night. We hit it for gains, bro. You're seeing how when we put out a chart, I like it because you're brand new in the group. We got Cleveland, Alberta. We got north of Montreal. TA in the house. We got Oklahoma, California, France, Israel, Nova Scotia, Huntington Beach, Burbank, Massachusetts, California, Northeast, Mumbai, Ireland, God's Terrarium, Switzerland, Bristol, Philippines, Jacksonville, Florida, West Palm Beach, Cape Cod, Roll Call, Philippines, Morocco, Algeria, New York City, Leeds, New York, Qatar, wow, UK, Portugal, Florida, Houston, Texas, Toronto, New York, Denver, Austria, Nepal, Mass, Dubai, Winnipeg, Latvia, roll it, baby, Indonesia, Bulgaria, Singapore, let's go, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Netherlands, Montreal, Poland, Qatar, Saskatchewan, Nepal, Cincinnati, Senada, Madison, Wisconsin. Ooh, wow, it came through Croatia, Turkey, Tampa, Birmingham, Charleston, Uranus. There's always someone doing that. How old are you? Grow up. Netherlands, El Salvador, North Pole, surname. I used to laugh at that. Now I'm just like, Willington, California, Woodridge. He did it again. Wasted time. Michigan, Nashville, upstairs. My wife said upstairs. Funny. Try to throw me for a loop. I got you, baby. California Springs, the Moon, Winnipeg, Golden, Colorado, Mood. Sean said the Philippines. God bless you. Gina's pocket. Lifer friend hanging out in the pocket. Romania, Trinidad, Amsterdam, Illinois. Sam, just read 1,000 words a minute. Woo. London, Bristol, Nambia, Virginia. I could do the, I could be the guy at the, at the auction. 45 going once, 45, we got a 45 going once, we got 45 going once, we have a 45 man of the word sweater, we got 45 man of the word sweater, 45 man of the word sweater, we have a 65 girl, the blue jets, girl, the blue jets, 65 girl, the blue jets, 65 girl, the blue jets, we got 75, got the black coat, black out 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 the black coat, we got 75, 85, the man of the umbrella, and it sold to the man of the umbrella for $85. Shout out everybody here in the live, thank you for jumping on in. Okay, so look, the 4 hour is starting to bend. I like this. When the stochastics bend, it's a good sign. It could bend up, though. I've seen both things. So don't get too excited, but I've seen, come up and just jump back down. So don't get too excited. The smaller time frames and the support and resistance will give us our confirmation. All right. So that's what we're looking for. So look, we're starting to make a bit of a flag here. It's not too bad on Binance. You know what I mean? I'm also about to redo my whole chart just to see it fresh again. Tulsa, Oklahoma, baby. Mike Anthony, you the Tulsa King, baby. You the man, Sam. Thank you, everybody, for coming on in. All right, let's get back to brass tacks. We got the show to do. We got a lot to go over. Total 2, total 3. Ethereum, Bitcoin dominance, DXY. We have so much to do today for you. We're not, we're going to push the limits of our mental capacity on this show every single day. And we're going to find out what we're made of every single day here. So, look, starting to make a nice little flag. I like what I'm seeing. 4 hours starting to bend, saying, hey, and honestly, previous resistance becomes new support with heavy wickage, showing you that we have major support at 24,500 that continues to, throw down. So until we break 24,500, I remain bullish. You know what I mean? We break that and we bearish retest it, then the head and shoulder will break to the downside. But right now I remain bullish. 21 cross the 200 SMA. That means the 50 is coming. That's a golden cross front run, which tells me that this could go sideways and continue. What I'm waiting for is the 4 hour to touch the 21-day moving average. The second price action in this 21, this white line touch, that's likely for our next big explosive move to the upside. Let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame. As I showed you, we're inside this flag. I'll take this away. This is the measured move of the complex head and shoulder that we already gave you. All right? It's a little messy. I don't want to leave it up, but there's a chance. So here we are. We're at a standstill. We've shown support at 24.5. We've shown resistance at 25. So we're kind of stuck right now in this little pocket. All right? And you can see it's a falling wedge. It's a weird one, though. It's a weird little wedge. But there's your 1 hour wedge. You broke out, faked out, and the 15-minute also showed signs of being overbought, right? So, and that's when I told you to be careful. That's why I said, hey, the 15-minute, and so if you were in my trading group, we gave two ideas here. We were like, well, we're in the wedge. I said the 15-minute's either going to break out. Now, I'm under the impression that we did break out. We're attempting to retest, all right? We're attempting to retest. So, my idea was this. The 15-minute either never broke out and came back down to the bottom of the pattern and reset on the stochastics, or it's going to make a flag and help you continue. Let's look at our 7. I have a feeling the 7 minutes low. I haven't looked at it in a couple hours. Why do I have a feeling? Because the 50 minutes starting to bend. Now, I could be wrong. Let's just see if my instincts are correct with how long I've been trading. 7 minute was low. How did I know that? Because I could see a bend in the 15. And I've traded the 15 and the 7 together for so long in my life, I can get a sense of what's happening on the other time frames. You'll get that too. It just becomes second nature when you live in the charts. It's like living in the woods. You hear a bird, you're like, I know what bird that is. But when you first heard the bird, you had no idea what it was. But you live in the woods for a year, you're going to know every single sound that's in there. Same idea with living in the charts. I literally live in the charts. I gave my life away for the charts. Was it a good idea? You tell me. If enough people become millionaires, then I did my job. So you got to make sure that you win. You got to make sure you stay disciplined and you take everything that I say, the education, and you learn. Because I want to see you make it. Everyone here has to invite me to their mansion overlooking the water, all right? Or their big philanthropy event where they're giving away like $1 million to a West Wing at a cancer event. I want to be there. I want you to invite me there, take me to dinner that night. I want to cheers with you. I want us to win, baby, together. Winning alone is whack. Nobody wants to win alone. So look, 7-minute getting short. Can we get the short squeeze? Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP wants to drag us back down to 23,600 to load up in a massive buy wall down there. However, we did have a massive sell wall. They want us to get us into 25,200. Right now, BOOKMAP's got indecision. However, the closest orders are up here at 25,005, 25,004. So, a lot of times BOOKMAP will fill the closest order. What is this? What am I looking at? If you're new to the channel, you've never seen this before. Shout out to Dustin Calva every single Wednesday, baby. You're my Wednesday, man. I love you. I make room for you, Sam, with a streaming setup. I got you, Sammy. Shout out to Weston Saldivar, man. God bless you. Thank you. I signed up to MEXC with your link, sir. Let's go. Shout out to Tony Rojas. Thank you so much for signing up to MEXC. MEXC is the place to be, man, and that's why I'm showing you Casper. Nowhere else can you get Casper but at MEXC. All right? CSPR, another one you might want to write down. Another Casper. There's Caspa and there's Casper. One's with a C, ASPER. One's with K, ASPA. Know your coins. Look, lowest fees and the highest profits. I mean, we don't know if it's the highest profits, but lowest fees. 0% for both spot and future makers, and 0.2 for features. The lowest fees of any single exchange in the game. MEXC Global. Sign up to MEXC Global today to change your life. Link in the description below, and I'll make it so simple for you. Because, hey, I don't want to have to go searching for a link. That always kind of slows me down, right? So if I had the link easy and accessible, it would be a lot easier for me. So here, I'm going to pin the link to MEXC Global right here. It's going to be the pinned link in the comment section. If you want to trade with less fees, you want to stop, jump on in. All right. Shout out to John Diablo. Listen, if you keep losing in trading, if you keep having trouble, if your emotions are taking control over how you trade, jump into my trading group today. I can help you. I can help you. Once you understand the 21 SMA, once you understand the moving averages, the Fibonacci's, it's going to change it. This isn't rocket science. You can figure this out. This is like gardening, fixing a car. It looks hard until you decide to break it down and get focused. I'm telling you right now. Don't be scared of what you don't know. Be excited about what you don't know and step into the unknown. And the unknown is where everything happens, in the unknown. Look, I step into the unknown every single day. I don't know who's going to show up. I don't know how the YouTube algorithm's going to play. I have no clue how this stream will go, but I show up every day and I step into the unknown. Stepping into the unknown is true success because you'll create your success every single day in the present moment in time. No job will be waiting for you, all right? Look at this now. I see something that I didn't see before that's got my whistle kind of a bit interested here. Possible inverted head and shoulder, no, for Bitcoin. Someone else probably saw it too. I'm not the only one. Possible inverted head and shoulder and a retest for the 7-minute time frame. All we need to do is retest 24,005 and bounce. I don't want to break back inside this channel. That's why I love knowing the pattern, because when you know the pattern, you kind of know what like what can and cannot happen. Like if we break back inside this white line, we come back down here, we could squiggle, and we could break out of this to the downside, and this complex head and shoulder that I showed you before is on the table. That's on the table, all right? Now, trading is just like chess. You got to have two different ideas at the same time, if you can, if you have the capacity for it. So the more that you can juggle two ideas at once, the better off you're going to be when it comes to trading. Shout out to the 787 beautiful souls in the live stream. 261 likes. May I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for jumping on in. If we test, there will start forming a cup. There you go. Bit of a cup and handle there too. So a bit of an inverted head and shoulder on the 7-minute for Bitcoin, getting oversold. We got to wait out this 15-minute. I don't like how the 1 hour is going. It's starting to make a bearish curve on us, and we can't get back above 25,000. So here's the deal. We have resistance at 25. The 1 hour even has resistance at 25,950, but it's 25K. So we need these smaller time frames in the next 2 to 4 hours to break us back above 25,000. If we do not get that, it's likely the 1 hour is going to roll over on us, and that head and shoulder is going to dump us to the downside. So am I bearish or bullish? I'll make a call closer to the end of the stream, whether I would make a long or a short. I will make a call towards the end of the stream, whether I make a long or a short. Right now, I'm going to watch this 7-minute flag and see if it can get us to bounce here to the upside, all right? Got a little bit of a green move there, and let's get rid of all the squiggly lines so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So possibly the 7's making the right shoulder of this inverted head and shoulder. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I feel very, very white today. Very ghostly white. I used to do that. I used to actually bring some yellow in. I used to do that on these the Key Light Airs. Bring a little yellow on me. There you go. Little, yeah. Just give me a little golden touch there. I feel like Beetlejuice right now. There we go. I got a little yellow on my face now. A little better. What do you guys think? Now do I look yellow and green? Do I look a little better now? Transparent? Take notes. I know. Could you see the veins in my face? I felt like I was clear. Gosh dang. So we're going to watch this 7-minute flag on Bitcoin. Kind of a cup and handle there where there's a bit of a cup there. Inverted head and shoulder. Did break to the upside. Battled back down. Hammering a point of control. Got right below it. I want to see if this 7-minute can make bacon on the beach. All right. This would coincide with some type of short squeeze. Like we would see the 7 pop and we would get a squeeze back up here to about 25,000. We all know what needs to happen. The daily needs to close above 25,300, right? That's what we need. The daily needs to close above 25,300 to remain bullish. That's what we're looking for. What happened? It's snowing and can't get no sun, Sammy. My guy needs the weather to just stop. I know, man. I've been in like the dark for 6 months, dude. Boston is a tough place to live. It's like living in Montreal or Toronto. It really is. It is dark and dreary. It snowed all day yesterday, the whole day, snow and rain. Even though it was like a weak snow, like I didn't have to shovel a lot. Looks like it's going to rain off as well. So we're going to watch this 7-minute on Bitcoin. Again, if we break back inside the pattern, I'll change my tune immediately. This trend line should hold. We want to see a bounce here. Inverted head and shoulder to the upside. The measured move I showed you would take you to 25,614. It would be amazing. So you're white, especially doing your Peter Griffin. You're funny, Gina. How dare you? I love you, Gina. I'm pure white bread, Gina. Pure white bread. Toronto is better than those cities. God bless you, brother. Y'all need to see ND. I have snow up on my roof, and that no lie. You're funny. Shout out to Bison 9. Yeah, Montreal is dark. And you're funny, man. Habs. What are habs? I don't speak the friend language. I don't know what habs are. Me, friend, habs. You guys are funny, man. I always laugh when I read those tweets. Lifer, what happened in snow? Yeah, don't turn on the snowflake on us, Sam. Don't turn into a snowflake. You're funny, man. Bitcoin on the VWAP on the 1 minute. Support the VWAP. The volume weighted average price. We push down or what? Hockey team from Montreal. I used to go up to Montreal and play hockey. So look, we're going to watch this. Let's move into the DXY because we have to. I know. Come on. You got to, So look, we talked about it the last time. Let's break it down. The DX. So look, here we go. So we broke down, and I wanted this rising wedge to break to the downside, measure move with my circle area, the double bottom. All right? This is what we were looking for. But look, the daily has now crunched back to the upside. Not the best sign. Could it be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder? It could be. You see what I'm saying? The shoulder there, a head there, and a right shoulder? Possibly. What did I have drawn here? Looks like I had a bit of a bear flag, and we wanted to break to the downside, but we continued to make this, and we broke back up again. What's interesting is we're still not back inside the wedge, though, and we could still bearishly retest it on the 4-hour time frame. So we got the jump back to the upside. Dollar careen back on up. I mean, I do see this too, though. I compare my live stream like a search party. You bring me in when you really want to see what the charts could give you. Some days I'm not going to tell you exactly what's going on. Like, I'm going to long exactly. But I'll give you everything you need to know to figure out what you need. And you might not have seen this head and shoulder on the dollar. You might not have seen the rise. Like, you might not understand some of the concepts that we're putting down. I know 4 or 5 years ago, I would not. If I was watching a YouTuber who did it every day, I'd be like, wow, that's good info. So, you're going to get the sauce. So, look, this is a falling wedge that broke to the upside. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. Funny, Bitcoin and the dollar trying to break out of a similar pattern, too, which is interesting. We want to see this 15-minute rollover. Where is the 15? Ooh, it's oversold. Not a good sign for Bitcoin right now if the dollar gets a pump here. So this is now kind of on our radar. And does the dollar pump with Bitcoin? Right now, 15 minutes overbought on Bitcoin, 15 minutes oversold, and the dollar could be a scalp the other way if you're trading Forex. We look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame's getting overbought now, though, for the dollar index, and it's trying to get back inside the rising wedge. So I could even kind of bring up there. Like, we broke out, we broke back in. So for me, I see a resistance for the dollar right here at 105.07. The dollar would have to get back above this and back inside this pattern to remain bullish. So we want to see the dollar get back up in here. We don't want to, but this This would be a bullish sign if you're trading against the dollar, okay? And we just got a long squeeze to the downside, 24,550. Bitcoin kind of getting pinned down. Remember, the 1 hour is at resistance, all right? The 1 hour is at resistance. So we're watching the DXY, and we don't want to see it get back above 105.40, 47, 105.50 really, and get back inside this pattern. Will we get a bearish retest? You know, which we've gotten like twice now. Right now, the 1 hour is extremely overbought and telling you that we're likely to come to the downside. So let's hope this 1 hour eventually takes the dip down, doesn't get back above the zone, and falls to the downside. So we're watching this closely. The dollar index suggests on the daily that we could get a move. So we'll watch this 1 hour. I'd like to see the 1 hour struggle at least back to the 21-day moving average. You're pretty far away from the 21, so you want to see the 1 hour come and touch the 21-day moving average. That's something I would be looking at on the DXY, all right? Tether dominance in the inverted head and shoulder, just like Bitcoin's in the complex head and shoulder. So you got the same concept here, and you just broke the neckline after retesting it to the upside. However, that's also overbought. Interesting. A lot of mixed signals here. It's a funky day. It's a funky day. I haven't looked at like U.S. tether dominance in a couple days. Let's kind of just look at it. 4-day chart. It's been going up and up. Honestly, more people get into crypto. Tether dominance will go up even as crypto goes up, if you think about it, because more people are going to get out of the dollar and get into tether. So it's not the worst sign that it goes up in a way. All right. Well, look, tether dominance looks like it could make a big move here. Look at that. 4-day chart, though, getting overbought. And actually, I see a head and shoulder in there, don't you? So here's the deal. Want this to become more of an ascending triangle, I guess, which is a 50-50 chance of a break to the upside or to the downside. We'd like to see this make a right shoulder and dump to the downside. It's getting overbought on the 4-day chart as Bitcoin starts to get more oversold on the 4-day. So look, this tells you that you're about to get a drop. So you can come up, make the shoulder, and get the drop down to this area or down to the measured move. I don't think it's going to go down to 1, I'll be honest. But we could revisit the 490 area, $5, and see a bit of a move to the downside. So the bigger time frames, the 2-day and the 3-day, both careening to the downside. The daily already kind of shot down, but it could get pinned down here and take more of a dump. So tether dominance has a heavy resistance at 930, and now it's battling a possible right shoulder that it could be making. So it looks a little unhealthy on the bigger time frames. The 2-day and the 3-day could play out in our favor. We want to see this daily continue to dump too. I don't like where the daily's sitting right now, though. 4 hours overbought, so let's let that 4 hour start to careen down, and we'll jump back into the daily and hope we get a bearish retest on that move. We would like to see this 4 hour begin to, I don't know, it's just crossing the dotted line, though, so. If we just play the measured move, right, and nothing more, nothing less, tells you that we're going to continue to this resistance point. That's going to be trouble for Bitcoin. Bitcoin battling 24,500 now, coming into these buy walls here. 24, and now you got 23.6, 23.8, that same area we were looking at. There was more liquidity down here, even though this order was closer. There was more liquidity in this area, suggesting that, hey, we may want to fill that bag. That area was pretty light, and now it's gone. Look, they just took it away. They spoofed it. Spoofing, acting like you're going to buy price action, but just kind of, trying to entice a long, really. And so when they do that, they try to entice longs. So they try to put a bunch of orders up here to make you long, then short you to the downside, You could get that's why we don't trade, 100% on BOOKMAP. We look at the support of resistance. We look at the technical analysis. Then we trade on BOOKMAP, using it just as an added benefit to see what it gives us. You know what I mean? It's not like, hey, I'm guaranteed this is going to happen. Nothing is guaranteed in trading. Nothing is guaranteed in trading, all right? Just because you did something 10 times in a row doesn't mean it's going to happen a 4th time, an 11th time, a 12th time. It just doesn't work in that way. So look, inverted head and shoulder. Could you break to the upside? I mean, these indicators say no. Like the 1 hour says you're done. 15 minutes starting to get overbought too as well. And you even have a kind of a bearish divvy here on the U.S. tether dominance. See that? Like, that's not this. That's moving up. Well, that's pretty flat. Now, it could continue to pump, and it would negate it. But right now, you're seeing some bearish divvy, too, on dominant. So, the entire crypto industry is somewhat sideways today. You know, for a Wednesday, it's interesting. Could almost say we broke out of this little flag. We did get above the resistance on the index, on the US Tether, in the US Tether, you know. Interesting. I got some mixed signals here. 50-minute broke out, but it still kind of broke above the resistance. 1 hour overbought. Looks a lot like Bitcoin, which is weird. Like, Bitcoin should not look like Bitcoin, like Tether. You know what I mean? Bitcoin has more gas in the 1 hour time frame. I'll give you that. Now, we just broke 24,005 back down on the Tether pair, right? USDT pair might be a little different today, but, you know. So let's go back into our 7-minute flag. Let's see what happened to it. Did it get pinned and come down for the retest? It did. It hit the retest exactly. You see? What you want to do is see how much you could pin the 15-minute down. You want this to start to round on out. 1 hour's got a bearish cross now and turning bearish. You couldn't get above the resistance at 25,000. And, you know, right now, if you look at bearish, you know, it's almost like it takes me about 40 minutes, 30 minutes to make my final decision for BTC. So bear with me. I mean, that 1 hour says you're going to dump. So insurance short should have really been opened up there. Kind of late to the party at this point. Would have been up already at the resistance. Could possibly jump in right, and the 7's too low for me to jump in at this point. 7 would have to come back up, even if it falls to the downside. So be it. I don't mind missing moves if they don't match my probabilities. All right. I think CPI and PPA say up. Yeah, they do. They're bullish for us. There must be some exposure in crypto to Credit Suisse. We don't know about it. It's not a U.S. bank, so no guaranteed of a bailout. Credit Suisse isn't looking good. I'll tell you that right now. Credit Suisse is not looking good, and we're going to break that news down for you. We're going to move the news segment to 11 o'clock, which is in 10 minutes, all right? 11 o'clock, the news segment will be in 10 minutes. So we got to heed this complex head and shoulder. Measured move to 23,300. Got to heed it. But you know what I'll do right now? I'm going to do what I always do, and I'm going to trust the 7-minute time frame and allow it to play out. So right now, let's see if this 7-minute can retest. I told you, we don't want to break back inside this, or we're at the precipice. We break back inside this trend line, then it's, you know. We really need a bounce here on the 7 to the upside. Massive buy wall for Bitcoin shows there is a, look at that buy wall that we just nailed and bounced off of, 24K buy wall. We bounced hard right there. A lot of buys. They liquidated as many longs as they could. Cumulative volume delta, CVD. That's going to show you how many longs versus shorts. That's all it's going to do. Cumulative is how much together. Volume is how much of the volume. And delta is when you put, a delta is when I have, like if you're counting cards and you do negative and -1 for plus card, you know, for face cards, you know how to count cards in Vegas. So the idea is you're counting cards, you'd be at the delta would be 2, right? If you had 5 face cards, but 3 negative cards, that would take it down. You're still up 2 points. So when you count the cards, you're saying you're at 2. The cumulative volume delta, while you were counting the cards in Vegas, would be 2. They use these big names, and all they mean is, you know, the how much of this one was how much of that one. You know what I mean? But traders love to say cumulative volume delta, and it makes us sound super smart. Makes me sound smart, right? But all it is how many people are longing versus how many people are shorting. Buy liquidations, 36,000. Versus the sell liquidations at 3,000. So more people getting liquidated on the buy side right now than the sell side. Okay? That's a cumulative volume delta. All right. I'm trading all my Bitcoin for, oh my gosh. Do you think Euro USD will go up or down? I'm here like 1 minute. That's why I did not hear your analysis. Euro USD? I don't know, man. I would have to look at that. Moody markets do not constitute an emergency on our behalf. I don't know what you're saying there either. I'm trading, oh my gosh. Bitcoin on 19K really made some gains. All right. I know. How's it going to Love Learning? You're missing a long right now. I believe this is the perfect time to long. Oversold 7-minute to the upside, right? Measured move for the flag, and it's kind of a double, it's a slanted double bottom. Can I get the 5 to confirm? Yeah, 5-minute looks like you're going to get a push. Do I get any bullish divergence on the 5? Swinging down. Yeah, slight bullish divergence here. That swings to the downside. No. Yep. No. Nope. No, I don't got it. No. But I do see a long coming on the 5-minute time frame. Right back off this retest to the upside. That's what I see happening right now. Still not too late to catch a long, honestly. Right there. Stop loss below this point where we bounced. Right? Could even be a little lower, but it's still pretty close to the bone. And then we have the resistance, which you're not sure we're going to get back above. But the 5 of the 7 are saying we're going to break out of this falling wedge to the upside. All right. Wish we had a stronger divergence, though. 1 minute. Slight on the 1 minute. A class C. Nothing to write home about. 30-second. One right there. A tiny one on the 30-second. See how that moved up? Well, that moved down. So silly. But it also didn't get us back above the zone either. Honestly, I got mixed signals today. The head and shoulder may just take you to the downside. I got mixed signals today. I would trade the 7-minute and see where it gives us. We got to get back above this resistance to remain bullish. If we can't get back above this green line, so that's why an insurance short is the idea. Like, you open up a short right now, stop loss could be even somewhere up in here, right? That way, if we do pump up with a 7, we get back above this, we close candles, you can close the short without even getting the stop loss hit, just half of the risk, then you can choose to go long, all right? But if this complex head and shoulder decides to take us down, you're going to be in the money. So, again, I'm like 8 for 8 on these. I wish I don't even say it, because whenever I say it, it usually happens. But that's how I would play this right now. Open a short here and still try to swing long the 7-minute. So I would open a short and a long at the same time on today. I believe, But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. All right? That's what I'm looking at, though. 7-minute, highly likely to break out here. But can it get above the resistance? Does it double top? Does it make an M pattern here and didn't take it? This makes an M. Would also be a nice place to short, too. So, remember, that 1 hour is not really in our favor right now. It could flip. It could flip at any moment. That's why we have to watch the 7. All right? I am pretty spot on saying to your face, dead face right now, that it's highly likely the 7-minute breaks out. All right? So, I'm putting my name on that, It's very likely. The probability is about a 70% chance, if you round up a little bit, that this will break out. Will you get above the resistance is the question. That's what everybody wants to know. There's the short squeeze coming, right? Right back to the upside like we suggested, possibly with the 7-minute. A big one, too, 359,000. Wow. So they had a lot of people going short, and it turned out to be possibly maybe the wrong idea. One other thing we're going to show you is the liquidation indicator to show you how many people are around the liquidation areas, all right? How many people are around the liquidation areas? 15-minute does really well on this indicator. Just give it some time to load. Okay. And I just take away my other stuff to look. And all I want to see is the 100Xs. This is the 100Xs, the 25Xs. Yeah, the 100Xs are this orange going long. The 25Xs are this, pinkish beige, and this cayenne are the 100Xs. No, are the 25Xs. So you got 100, 50, 100, 100, 50, 25. And then here you have the yellow are the 100s. They're the 25. And the blues, I believe, are the... Oh, no, yeah. The blues, I believe, are the 50Xs. Are the 25Xs. You can see blue inputs here. So blue is the 25 short positions. That gray is the 50X, the yellow is the 100, and then the same on the other side that we talked about. So we're going to see how many people are kind of possibly on the order book. It's pretty thick either way. You know what I mean? Almost a little thicker down here than up here. It seems like there's more orders to be had down here than up here. All right? Suggests that we may have to cook down to 23.9, 24,000 first before we cook back up. So this suggests there's just a booty more of money down here than there is up here. However, they're pretty balanced. But a lot of times they're going to take out as many traders as they can, right? That's the key. So this indicator shows us how many people are, basically 100x, 50x, and 25x long near the position. All right. Bang. And I get rid of that indicator. It's pretty messy, and it takes up some time. But the 15-minute is a really good time frame to watch it on. So here we are, stuck on the 7. If the 7 does not play out and rolls over, look, right now you could even be seeing this. Look what I'm seeing now. Possible shoulder head. This could make a right shoulder and continue the dump down. We did see there's more liquidity down there. I will make my call at one point. Well, I guess I kind of made the call. Insurance short. When I say insurance short, and I usually don't, I think 8 out of 8 times now, when I've said insurance short, the short has played out to the downside, right? So how do you set up a short? The idea is I like to trade the 3S tokens, okay? So 3S tokens would just play short to the downside. It would be like a 1-hour short. So you're watching this possible head and shoulder too. So it's not all amazing. Anything can happen at any given moment in time. I pray probabilities, but I know that that's all they are, probabilities. There's nothing more, nothing left. Nothing else, right? Probability that this does break out on the 7-minute time frame. Let's give it the half an hour to an hour for this to play out, all right? Bitcoin did battle 24,005 and bounced off it nicely and didn't break back inside the pattern, somewhat of a bullish sign. So I got to wait for this 7-minute to confirm that it's going to break out, and then I want to see the 7-minute get back above this zone here and close above 25,000. That would be our first, basically our first test. If we do that, then right now it is a bullish retest, right? And I did stand by it, 70% chance that by my system that this will break out based on the indicators that I'm using and how many times I've used them in my life, all right? So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. I think we can kind of leave it there for a second. We can come back to that idea. Remember, it's also above the 200 SMA, which is a bullish sign. A lot of times you don't want to get caught up. We're looking at tiny, small time frames, but you want to zoom out to general ideas. That's why I like showing you this idea of how to trade with the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame. Because there's conceptual ideas, and then there's like tiny little ideas, and you can trade each one. It depends on how you want to get in, right? So let's take a look at the biggest winner of the game here. Jasmy 3S did play out. We gave it to you yesterday in the trading group. It pumped nicely on the 1-hour time frame and actually is still up pretty nice right now as we're here. So this was the trade that I gave to the trading group. Jasmy, look at a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there. Broke out, retested in a flag, and then pumped to the upside. 50% total gains. I believe we put it out somewhere there, but 30% total gains for Jasmy 3S. If you were in my trading group, that was like, I really didn't post a lot of coins. And I said, hey, if Bitcoin takes a move down, which it looks like it will, then I went over Bitcoin and I said, hey, Bitcoin's going to pull back. And I showed you that Bitcoin on the 4-hour has to come back to the 200 SMA. So let's break this down. Let's break down how I was able to figure out how to make money the last 2 days using Bitcoin and Jasmy 3S, because this is something that most people don't understand. All right. So Bitcoin, USD, we'll look at like a USD pair here on Binance. USDT here on Binance or Coinbase, right? And we'll go back in time here. You can see I use all sorts of stuff. I'm always doing it. Look, that was a shoulder head and a shoulder that could break down. Kind of an idea, but so the idea was this. Go to our 4-hour time frame. Huge pump for Bitcoin. All right. And price action got far away from the 21-day moving average. The second that happened, I knew, right, that price action would have to come back and touch the 21 before we would have a major move. We might have a couple scalps in the 1-hour, things can happen, but until we have a bigger move. So I drew this idea and I told my trading group, we're likely to retrace back to the 21-day moving average. Once I said that, I said, okay, now I've given them the idea that I believe we're going to retrace. That's not good enough to the trading group. Now you got to show them, well, how would I personally benefit from that retracement? All right. And I found Jasmy 3S and I looked at it and I saw it was in the falling wedge. And I said, if Bitcoin falls down its wedge, this will break out of this wedge to the upside, right? And this would likely give us the gain the other way. It was also oversold in the 4-hour time frame. So this is why I posted it to the trading group. This is what I do, all right? And you can see here yesterday at 3:44 p.m. of the trading group, watch Bitcoin 50-minute. If it rolls over, these 4-hour shorts can pay out. Jasmy 3 out on KuCoin. And lo and behold, they did pay out to the upside. So that's how I do it. I look at Bitcoin, I look for confirmation. Once I see the confirmation, and I use the 21-day moving average. I'm telling you right now, the 21-day is my key to success. Like, it's the one thing that I know is going to happen every single time. Like, it's going to happen. Like, it's something that I know will happen. We will touch the 21-day moving average. So, shout out to the 900 beautiful souls in the live stream, 360 likes. And who am I? My name is Samuel James Price. I've been trading for 15 years. Traded the Toronto Stock Exchange, gold and silver. Got into gold and silver before I even knew what Bitcoin was. Find out what Bitcoin was at $350. Started researching it. I got emails telling me that the Chinese were buying this new thing called Bitcoin. I almost mined it years ago when I bought a computer off somebody else. And so I teach everything that I've learned in the last 15 years in my Discord. It's basically a beautiful Discord trading group. And where so many people come and just share their ideas. Also, what I have there that a lot of people don't have is a learning TA and question center. It's where people post their charts for the first time. Someone has never posted a chart before. They posted it here. Nobody makes fun of them. Nobody laughs. This is a place where we know we're all beginners learning together, helping us come together. So, and there's always somebody in here posted a chart, giving information, helping each other out. And so here's where I encourage you to come. Then I also have a directory, which is divergences, all the ideas that I teach in the way I teach it, which is unique. Jump on in. This is a master class here. This is basically what people charge $2,000, $3,000 for a trading course. It's all right here inside the Discord for free. Jump on it today for $2.70. $270 for 3 months. Pay $330 for this and also my class. I teach class every single Tuesday from 3 to 5:30, and it's only $100. $60 if you join the trading group. All right, $60 if you join the trading group. All right. Okay, how did Crypto Lifer get out of jury duty? Nice. We just called and we moved it. Damn, good point. I think you forgot. You guys are funny, man. No, I had my wife call and she moved it to June. We moved it to June. You could defer. I said, hey, I got too much going on. So that played out. Now it's getting overbought on the 4-hour time frame, suggesting that if you want to continue the short, it may not play out now. Like now I would flag out the short. Good time to take some profits. Look, you're far away from the 21-day moving average. I take profits when I get the gap away from the 21. These are very simple concepts that I can teach you over and over and over again. Check it out today. All right. So Jasmine, that would be your next play after it touches the 21. So I can see the chart before the chart plays out. Now, it might come up and make an M pattern, and then that gets negated. That's why you project before it happens, because the projection may not play out. Then if the projection doesn't play out, you don't go that way. You just don't go that way. All right. All right. Shout out to the super chats here. Anyone sending a super chat for a TA and deep dive, I greatly appreciate it. Sign up to MEXC Global if you want no fees, or KuCoin. They're the main exchanges that I trade on, MEXC Global and KuCoin. Also Binance US and Coinbase are my US-based exchanges where I connect to my bank account and such. Dustin Calva, my friend, was raging as the bank is limiting him to $1,000 a day and only $5,000 a month. So crazy. Dude, seriously, you don't even know what's going on. Inspector Gadget. What's going on, Inspector Gadget? I know very well, Inspector Gadget, we don't have room for trolls here. Bye. Yeah, I don't know what he's saying. He was a good dude, though, back in the day. I remember him. Good morning, GOAT. Mina, please. Shout out to Bryson Gonzalez for Mina. We'll take a look at Mina for you. So just trying to show you how we made gains in the trading group. Clear as day. I posted it before it happened. I have the proof of it. Jasmine 3S. I showed you how Bitcoin was going down. I even talked about the fact that Bitcoin had to go back to the 21-day moving average. It's my special sauce. So that's how I knew that Jasmine was likely going to dump, and you could trade the short token to the upside for gains. Okay? All right. I hope that made sense. I gave you my special sauce right there. Not many people would do that. They would make you pay for it. It is what it is. But I believe I could die tomorrow, and if I do that, I won't be able to teach you today. So look, let's take a look here. That's definitely a shoulder, head, and a shoulder, for sure. I mean, and it has, in its Class C bearish divergence, it's also a rising wedge that can break to the downside, right? So we got a bunch of things brewing here for the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. But it still isn't a falling wedge flag, and previous resistance is new support. So I got some mixed signals here, right? Falling wedge could break out. Oversold in the 1 hour time frame, extremely interesting. Let's look at that. Like, that's interesting. Hold on. That's why I look at the total market cap, because sometimes Bitcoin and the total market cap aren't 100% together. And we know total is going to have a big move on the market, right? So look what happened to this 7. The 7 started to roll over and possibly make, look, the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder there. Now you have a resistance. Look, now you have a resistance right there. The point of control, 20. You can't get above 24,700 now. Like, that's a resistance now. If you can't get back above 24,007, you can kiss this whole move goodbye. All right? Kiss this whole move goodbye. So remember, insurance short, open right now in case this giant head and shoulder breaks to the downside. Okay? That's my idea. You do whatever makes you happy. I'm not telling you to open a short. I'm telling you that's my thought process. Okay? Never do what another YouTuber tells you to do. Never do what anyone tells you to do. Have your own thought process. Have your own due diligence. Get yourself a financial advisor. And do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. Okay? So, this is a falling wedge that breaks up 68% of the time. That is an oversold 1 hour and an oversold 4 hour time frame. 4 hour is getting closer to the 21, about to touch it. And we're getting a bullish cross, which is the 21 front running the idea that you're going to get a golden cross on the 4 hour. You're also back above the 200 SMA. These are bullish signs. All right. So I'm getting mixed signals today for Bitcoin. At the end of the day, total market cap suggests it's going to blast. You're oversold in the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Many times in my life, I've seen that play out, and it makes me want to negate this head and shoulder pattern. However, I'm a pattern guy, and I like when, that's a head and shoulder. So what do you do when you have two patterns that both give you a 70% chance of a breakout? You look at support and resistance, right? And you break down support and resistance. So now you go in and you zoom in and you're like, well, funny, a white line. I never use the white lines anymore. That means it was an oldie. But here's the deal. You can't get back above 1.07. You're holding above $1 trillion. It's great. It's awesome. And where do we go when we fall? I mean, you can see the point of control right there. There's a gap of the VRVP. And our next area to tango with is 990. 995, 990, 998 area, but definitely kind of skimping right below the $1 trillion level. So, total market cap wants to bang. 15-minute resetting, not too badly, and the 7-minute showing signs of life. So, 7-minute oversold, 1 hour oversold, 4 hour getting oversold. Boldly tells me that the total market cap is likely going to bounce to the upside here. 22 hours is not in our favor anymore, though. And that's bearish with a huge wick to the downside. And you're like, huh. So I'm getting mixed signals all across the board. So we know there's heavy resistance at 1.09 trillion. We know we have support at 867 billion. All right. And I was making this trend line and then this trend line. So here, 22 hours suggests we are coming down to bounce and go tighter in the zone, right? So 22 hour, which is a really go-to time frame for me. All right. I started using it, about a year ago in the trading group. One of my fellow buddies gave it to me. Used to have a lot of people that were awesome in the trading group, hooking it up. And so the 22 hour, right? How would you negate this? The smaller time frames would get you up above here. Make some type of flag, and the 22 hour would reset for a retest. So it doesn't mean it's definitely going to happen, but it could, right? So total market cap idea there on the 22 hour. Something that we should heed and just kind of keep on the back of our radar. So we know the 22 hour is not so bullish, and it's at a resistance, and it already showed wickage, and it could be coming down, right? So it's one thing you gotta think about. And then you look at your levels to pay attention to on the local level. You got this beautiful support zone that you may actually hold at 1.04. You have this bounce here at 980, and then you'd be coming back down to 950. So we come back to 950. Wouldn't be that bad, and the whole market might take a bit of a pullback here, right? So 21-day moving average is also away from price action. Same idea. We know eventually price action has to touch it. Now we could go sideways up here and we could come kiss it. So you don't want a 22 closing a candle below $1.04 trillion. That's going to kind of start thinking that we're going to end up down here at the bottom of this pattern. It's a very unique idea that I haven't seen anyone draw yet. Just my own sauce here on the total market cap. Holding above $1 trillion is bullish for now. All right. Total 2 is the entire market cap of all the altcoins. All the tiny little altcoins. And we saw them in an Adam and Eve double bottom here. Struggling to the right side. We had this falling wedge that did break to the upside too as well. Then we had this. It fell out, fell back in the melee. But you kind of have a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there too. Definitely mixed signals today. It's messy price action. Like, look at it. It's messy price action. How I was looking at it on Bitcoin was I put Bitcoin in this. A broadening wedge like this, you know, it could end up down here at the bottom of the wedge, or do we retest this point of control in total 2? So this is the entire market cap of all the altcoins, and it's overbought again on the 22. The daily still has some legs, but it's struggling to get back above $600 billion, right? That's resistance. So $600 billion is a big resistance point for the total market cap, all right, of all of the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Oh, no, this is total 2. This is excluding just Bitcoin. This has Ethereum in it. Total 3 has basically all the alts without Ethereum in it. So unless we stay above here and flag out, we're likely to come back down to test this area. All right. 22 and the daily both getting into an overbought region. So I'll watch the smaller time frames to see if we can get above that. And that's why I do what I do. So I look at the bigger time frames. I'm like, okay. Then I look at the smaller time frames for confirmation. Once the smaller time frame can't get above a zone, you see some bearish divvy, you open up a short. Then you let that short play out on the bigger time frames. This is basically trading 101, all right? But if you don't know your time frames, you can't even do that. And it took me like 2 to 3 years to understand the difference between or the relationship between the 15 and the 1 and the 4, the 4 and the daily and the 3-day, and the 3-day and the weekly. And that didn't happen overnight, you know? I didn't start using the 7 and the 15 until after 7 years of trading. I was using the 1 and the 4 hour for 5 years. So I slowly added different time frames on as I went. It didn't happen overnight, and it won't happen overnight. If you want to become truly amazing at trading, like amazing, it's going to take 10, 15 years. It's going to take a while. It's not going to take, I'm not saying you're not going to make gains. You can make gains in your first couple of years, and you could be an amazing trader. But I'm just saying, do you want to the essence of trading, to love it more than just the money you make out of it, to just love it for what it really is, for all the different aspects that you can figure out about trading, okay? So total 2, struggling 2, we're kind of in a sideways zone, all right? We're getting the bounce now, finally, on that 7. The likelihood is we will get the bounce. That's just what the probability is. I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. I don't believe. Funny, I wince every time I watch a YouTuber go, I think. They'll do their TA, and they're like, I think it's going to go here. And I'm like, you don't want to think where something's going, man. You know what I mean? This guy says, Wayne Jarrell, I would like to donate a month to someone to get into the 99. Would like to change a life today. Look at that, dude. This hasn't happened in a while. A lifer wants to give something to somebody. So here, put a 1 if you're not in the trading group, but you would like to be. Put a 1 if you're not in the trading group, but you would like to be. All right? Put a 1 if you're not in the trading group, but you would like to be. I want to see how many people are watching that are not in the trading group, but would like to be. All right? Wow. A bunch of 1s. Wow. Okay. This is good to know. I thought, because I had, we have a lot of people paying in the trading group, but I think, is that my whole stream? But now I see there's way more people watching that are not lifers yet. What are you all waiting for? What are all y'all waiting for? Seriously, what are you waiting for? To get the best life motivation, education, just get pushed by the most motivated person in the world. Jump on in. Okay, so I'm going to pick someone, and that person's going to pick someone else. All right. So I'm going to pick Gina Bombina, all right, because I love Gina, and she's probably going to be here. Gina, are you here? Gina, are you here? Gina, can you hear me? Gina, can you hear me? I'm going to put you to work today, Gina. You're going to have to work for me. Gina, are you here? She says, I'm here. Look, All right, Gina, scroll through these and give me a name. Scroll through these and give me a name. Pick a name that you like. Mick Network is kind of coming out at me for whatever reason, but you don't got to pick that. You pick whatever name you like. You pick whatever name you like. Gina's going to pick a name. Whatever name Gina picks, you're going to get into the trading group. Thank you so much for the $100 super chat to put someone in the trading group. God bless you for that. God bless you for that. Wow, a lot of people really want to get in, Gina. You're going to make somebody's day today. They're going to get Bitcoin updates every single day. They're going to be with me. They're going to see Jasmine 3SY before it pop. They're going to know so much before the market gives it to you. Wow, there's so many people. Did Gina do it yet? She's like scrolling. She's like, are you making side deals, Gina? Wow. And that's the thing. We need to take time out of the show. This happens out of nowhere. You got to respect that 100 beans. You know what I mean? Shout out to the 900 beautiful souls on the live. Thank you for being here. What an amazing time it is to be alive. Wow, there's so many ones here. So many people want to jump on in, man. Highest bidder wins. You're funny, right? Gina, where are you, girl? Super chats, XRPTA. Airdrop on Twitter. That's probably a lie, man. Yeah. Filecoin, Mina, and VAI. There's no airdrop on Twitter, man. That's a scam, probably. I could be wrong, though, but usually it's, you know. She said Vlad. Oh, wait, I saw her name there. Vlad. So, Vlad, you won, man. Vlad, dude. Send us your email. Jump into Discord today and jump on in. All right? And because he was so nice, I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to pick David Ryan. David Ryan. David Ryan, you email us too. 2 people today. I got to match it forward, man. I got to match it forward. All right? And honestly, most people that get in for free eventually want to stay. So it only helps the business, I'm telling you right now. And they get exactly what they love. So, and even if they stay for 1 month and they learn a lot, I still help them a lot. I truly believe. You have access to that Discord. You have access to so many things. So jump on it today. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Look at this DM I got. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with to the moon with my success at joining you. Again, for the first time, had no idea what I was looking at. Now, the penny has dropped. I look at your charts and see your entry price, write it down in my book, and then go to CoinGecko and see the price and write it down under your price. Mostly coin. Gecko price is either a little lower or a little higher. I watch until the price starts moving above your price. Pick 2 or 3 trades. The system has become so successful for me, Sam. It's just amazing how accurate your chart setups are for. For the first time in 3 years, I have confidence to trade with good wins. A couple of weeks ago, you gave about 6 to 7 AI coins to buy them all on KuCoin Spot. Only like $50 each this morning. They were all in profit, about 50%. So I took all the profit off them and put them in the KuCoin derivatives account. Now I like to trade your KuCoin trades, but still got all the AI coins Spot and keeping them in the new. Now, I didn't tell you what to buy, man. I just showed you what I did buy. And if you felt, if that helped you, hey. But that's the type of stuff that people get in the trading. And he was in the trading group before, left, came back like a few months later, realized, wow, man, so much stuff here. Thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate you, brother, for telling me, Vlad. You're the man, dude. God bless you, Jamie. Always on point, man. I got the best team in the world. God bless Sean and Jamie and John as our team continues to grow, and Lakochi and me. So we got Lakochi, we got Sean, we got Jamie, we got me, we got my wife, and we got John. We have a 6-person team right now. The lifers are growing, baby, and we have a few contributors on the outer side too as well. But the lifers are growing. Gina, thank you, Gina. Thank you so much for the love. There's that 7 doing the damage like we told you it would. I was very, 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 very adamant that it would get the move. But look, resistance here now. We got to get back above that to remain bullish. All right. Everything he said here is not financial advice here. Never. Super Jazz, XRT, go team. It's not gambling to open up a long and a short at the same time. I totally disagree with that. It's gambling if you do it on like an extreme high leverage than it is. Yeah. And I honestly don't do it all the time. I mainly only open up a long. I'm just saying it's an insurance short. You know what I mean? That's all. Please don't tell me what to do, though. That's like my biggest pet peeve in my life, man. But for someone to say put a short and a long at the same, it wasn't the same position. All right, man, whatever. I'm going to move on. God bless you, brother. I'm not going to have an argument with you on my live stream. God bless you, man. Got burned buying 25,009, thinking it would get to 27K in a jam, you know, right? Insurance is insurance. Exactly. Change my name and profile finally. Vital. So funny, man. Vital, hedging. Yeah, if you've never hedged before, then you're obviously like, I'm not the first trader in the world to do that. Like, it's called hedging. It's done all around the world. Like, many, many people do it. Many professional traders do it. Go open up a book and read about trading, man. You know? So, look, we couldn't get above the resistance here, and this could be making that right shoulder that I talked about. So, this is why you have to have two ideas. Okay? And that could break us. We don't want to break back inside the pattern. We break back in the pattern, that negates the retest. So we're struggling right now. We want to see if we can get back. This is a heavy, heavy battle right now for Bitcoin. Can we get back above it? 15-minute getting overbought too. I mean, the 5. So they're both telling you, hey, we can't. We're not able to get above the zone here. Resistance. It's a bit of a shoulder, a head and a shoulder, even though it's messy. I'm telling you right now. Let's dump it. Dig in the high time, head, and shoulder idea. Trading isn't hard, people. Just give up or don't have the time. Exactly. My Darian Chris stopped calling. Said I was too needy. You're so funny. Shout out to Gina in the house. Always giving us a laugh. Dude, a bear walked into a bar. He said, can I get a whiskey and a Coke? Bartender said, why the big pause? He said, I was born with them. Hey, what's with the Crypto Michael for the last year? Wasted my money, hesitant to jump in again. Was with Crypto Michael for the last year. Wasted my money, Crypto Michael. Funny. Super chats, XRP. Gina is the best. Well, you'll learn something if you hang out with me. You're gonna learn something. You're gonna leave knowing more than you had in your pocket before. Okay? You're going to learn something. I can guarantee you're gonna learn something. All right. I could get into the 1 minute, but I really don't want to do that today. Not my plan. I see a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. This thing is looking whack. Just lower lows. We're not able to get above the zone. Look, this Bear City for me, just feeling, but then the 4 hour above the 200 SMA, it's like so, and even price action is just so weird. It's weird. It's not as easy as it's been the last couple of weeks. First time here. What do you think about XRP? I love XRP. I hold 10,000 coins. I used to hold like 27,000. So I got in at 16 cents. I sold some 58.60 when that huge rally happened. Yeah. I'm all in on that 1 minute. Are you kidding me? Raw Miss Gene Easy. Lakochi Coker. MEXC will support Korean airdrops for Korean solo and XRP holders. Korean. Interesting. Really? China is now selling off USA debt bonds. This will make the dollar weaker. China is the second largest foreign U.S. debt to bond holder. Yeah, and the 10-year yield just collapsing. Sam is a great educator, not a shot caller. Though he has called some crazy stuff. Not as financial advice. Yo, Lifer, let's go to the gym together in Boston, kid. I'll do it. Email my wife. Let me know who you are. I'll meet you at the gym. I'm down. I want to get to know some people. I'm very weary about meeting people in my state, in my city and state, because I'm just like, I don't even want to say why, but you know why. I see possible move down to 22.5-ish on the 4 hour. Gina says she loves everyone. Gina's the best. Gina is the best. All right, and we got to get into the news. And the show really takes 2 hours. No matter how much I try to push it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Shout out to everybody here. My name is Sam Price, Crypto Lifer, and every single day I go over the news and I give you 3 amazing topics that could affect your day and the markets. So let's jump on into it. Credit Suisse reportedly urged SNB show of confidence, ECB quantifying exposures. Earlier in the day, while speaking at a financial sector conference in Saudi Arabia, Credit Suisse Group AG Chairman Axel Lehmann said government assistance isn't a topic for the lender as the Swiss bank sought to shore up confidence among shareholders and clients. This may come as a surprise to some, but the chairman may have misplaced the truth. It's looking inevitable that the Swiss National Bank will have to intervene and provide a lifeline. Wow. The latest news comes out of a report from ECB has asked EU lenders to disclose their exposure to the Swiss lender. A person familiar with the matter told Financial Times. Credit Suisse, look, its chart just tanking to the downside, getting a massive move down. Credit Suisse AG shares reached their lowest point ever, dropping as much as 10%. This is the 8th consecutive session of decline, which comes in the wake of restructuring issues, delays in submitting its annual report due to material weakness flagged by the SEC last week, and a broader industry sell-off from the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. In addition to these challenges, the troubled Swiss bank now faces a new problem. Its top shareholder has said they will not invest any further due to the sharp decline in valuations. The answer is absolutely not for many reasons outside the simplest reason, which is regulatory and statutory. Saudi National Bank Chairman Ammar Al-Khoury told Bloomberg TV in an interview on Wednesday. And even Saudi had said they would not intervene. Pretty weird. Also today, Credit Suisse Chairman Axel Lehmann, funny, Lehman Brothers, weird, right? They're all connected, stated that the bank isn't considering government aid and that it would be inaccurate to draw parallels between its current difficulties and the collapse of SVB. So, hey, and with the fear and the contagion, more people are starting to feel like things could go down. I've been watching Credit Suisse for the last year, 2 years, and honestly, their stock price hasn't looked good. I've even come out, I remember saying this a couple years ago, that Credit Suisse didn't look good, and they would be the first bank to go under. Max Kaiser also believes this. He's been talking about it too way before these articles came out. So we've been speculating and watching the shorts on Credit Suisse for a while now. Shiba Inu Metaverse Advisor meets Paramount Futurist. Here's why it may be important. Interesting. The head of Shiba Inu developers, pseudonymous Satoshi Kusama, has drawn the attention of the vast Shiba army to the fact that Marcy Jastrow from the Shiba Inu Metaverse team was engaged in discussion with an important person from Hollywood, Ted Shilowitz, the futurist at Paramount Pictures. Is Shib going to do something big? Shilowitz's job as a futurist at Paramount Studio to try and foresee the future of entertainment and movies. So that's what they try to do. You need a futurist. You need someone that can see where things are going to go. I consider myself a bit of a futurist because most of my life investments came from way before things actually came in. Like I started investing in marijuana coins and marijuana stocks before they got really big. I started investing in Bitcoin before it got really big. I started investing in Cardano, a lot of different things. Now it's not easy because when you're sitting there on your hands for a few years, you're not sure, but I'm pretty confident in my research. And once I pull the trigger, it goes. I do own SHIB, just to let it be known. And I think SHIB is going to make some big moves. The fact that SHIB is now talking behind the scenes with Paramount Pictures and an advisor there, this could be breaking some behind the scenes info that could really change where SHIB is going. It's been trending almost every other day or every day on Twitter. Thousands of tweets constantly. If this thing doesn't move in the next 6 to 7 months, I don't know what will. SHIB and Shibarium is also coming out. Their new metaverse, their whole new world. So they got a lot coming. And also they're going to be like a layer on Ethereum too. They plan on challenging Polygon and Matic. They're doing something big. SHIB is not just a meme coin anymore. They really seem to be moving forward and making the right connections. Some people may not laugh so hard at SHIB a few years from now. And U.S. Fed swaps now show 100 BPS rate cut by December. Amazing. So a lot has happened over the last couple of days in the U.S. banking sector. The U.S. Federal Reserve has recently shown a significant shift in its monetary policy stance, with the Fed rates swap market now predicting a 100 basis point rate cut by December 2023. This is a significant change from the previous market expectations, were priced in a BPN rate cut by the end of the year. So interesting. Priced in that's weird. Just in the Fed rate swaps now show 100 BP points rate cut by December from its expected peak. The U.S. economy and the financial markets would be significantly impacted by a 100 basis points rate drop by December, which would be a considerable change from the Fed's prior attitude in the coming months. It would be crucial to keep a careful eye on economics. No future rate hikes ahead. So, and you get what that's saying. Like, instead of hiking, they're going to cut the rate, making it easier for banks to get money because they're worried that we're about to go into a financial depression of the likes we've never seen of 1929. So A reset is coming. Something is brewing. All of us can feel it. You can smell it. If you got your ear to the grindstone, you got the vibrations. You know what's happening. But that would be amazing for Bitcoin. They start cutting rates by 100 basis points by December. I mean, you're going to see Bitcoin 40, probably even maybe $50,000. Hey, man, guaranteed, but it would start to move to the upside. UK to add crypto declaration in tax forms. Taxpayers will have to record their crypto gains separately as of next year. UK taxpayers will have to separately report crypto assets on their tax forms, and a move that is expected to raise an extra 10 million British pounds per year for the public purse. The move was announced by the finance minister, Jeremy Hunt. I like this because it pushes regulation. I like any time, people say, I don't want to, we got to pay our taxes. You got to do the right thing. If you made your money before in crypto, you made your money in regular world, you just got to treat it like it's regular money. And the more we do that, the more they will, the more the regulators can help us. So I'm not a fan of, the old legacy system trying to corrupt crypto, but what I am a fan of is I'm a fan of getting us kind of to be treated like the regular money has been treated. And this is something that can help us get there. I like what I'm seeing here for that. So that's on the radar. That's something we'll talk about. And the taxes that they're going to be, I thought we already do this in America, as far as I'm concerned. I thought it was similar in the UK. Apparently, maybe it wasn't. So, and that's your news for the day. Thank you so much for jumping on in. My name is Sam Price. I do the news every single day. And jump on into my live stream, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. I also teach class every Tuesday from 3 to 5:30. I also do one-on-ones if you want to do that. I can teach you MetaMask, anything you want to know in your one-on-one about cryptocurrency. What I am not is I'm not a financial advisor, and I will never handle your portfolio for you or actually contact you to get into a fund or anything like that. If anyone does that, it's a scam and it's not me. Thank you so much for watching the news and kicking it with me. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Moving forward, let's get back into the drama here. All right, let's get back in. So 7-minute failed. It got the move, but began to fail. I did post the fact that we could be making a right shoulder here, right? Before it even happened, we kind of had this projected. This doesn't look too good to me. The short now technically would start to kind of be into profit soon in a way. So we're going to watch this closely. I'm in indecision right now. I'm going to be honest. I can't really give a call for Bitcoin at the moment. I'm going to have to kind of do some more work throughout the day. Right now, I'd have to call short on the complex head and shoulder and leave it as such. I do like the 4-hour being bullish, though, above the 200 SMA, But at the end of the day, I call short. You know what? I am going to call short. You know why? Because this complex head and shoulder does not look good, and we couldn't get above the resistance. Likely that we're headed down here to 23,200 or at least down to 23,700. So, yeah, I'm calling a short down to 23,750 area, in my humble opinion. It looks most likely. Granted, if we never break back inside this pattern, then this short can't happen. So you do have to breach this white line for that to occur. So it is what it is. It is what it is, right? I call a short now. I had to. You know why? I can't stand watching a YouTuber not make a call. For me personally. Because I'm always like, come on, dude. Grow a sack and throw it down. I shouldn't say that, but shouldn't say it like that. But some of my old language comes out sometimes. I'm more refined. But, grow some guts. Put it on the line. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I am going to call a short here. That's a head and shoulder. Inside of a head and shoulder. There's nothing we should do but call short. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. My 7-minute didn't get above the resistance either and confirmed a right shoulder. So that has changed the way I feel because I now have a right shoulder. I didn't have it before. 25 minutes ago, right? Or 21 minutes ago when these 3 candles were made on the 7, I didn't have a right shoulder yet. There's a chance we could have pumped to the upside and broken that high. Would have changed the game. Now that's a right shoulder. I'm going to flip short. You get it? So 20 minutes ago, I may not have been short. Now I'm short. See, a beginner will be like, oh, that's a flip-flopper. A real expert trader will be like, oh, that's a guy who knows what he's doing. A guy who's waiting for confirmation before he does something. Boring day stuck at 24,750 will likely be BSL at 24.4. Alts are collapsing big time. Free fall. Really? Really? I don't see that. A little bit of a red mark there to the downside. But again, we're at resistance on the daily for the altcoins, suggesting that we're coming back down. Look, we hit a heavy resistance for the alts. Can we make a right shoulder is the question. If we make a low higher than this low, it's going to be a good sign. Our next area of support is right there. See, because we bounced. So can the altcoins bounce off $538 billion? That's a level you're going to watch very closely. Can the altcoins bounce off $538 billion? I also didn't show you my last idea for Bitcoin. I started this morning. And that was this thing. See this thing? I mean, last night I was going to bed and I was like, what else can I? This is it. And it looks like a backwards symmetrical triangle. You know what I mean? And now I'm saying, hey, can we stay inside this flag on the 4-hour time frame? So bigger time frame ideas, can we stay inside here? That starts to breach, you're dropping, right? 4-hour doesn't look that bad, you know? MACD says you're about to dump too, though. MACD don't look good. However, I don't really... If the stochastics... Yeah, MACD says you could get pushed down on those stokes, though. MACD has a bearish cross. That's a bear. That's bear, dude. Let's stop playing ourselves. Let's trade that head and shoulder to the downside and call it a day. You know what I mean? With the head and shoulder that we just got for confirmation on the 7. Stop playing ourselves and not get emotional. Trade the way we're supposed to trade. Stop loss above the shoulder. Take it to the downside. That's the trade right there. That's it. And it may not happen, but that's the probability. That's the probability. That's the most likely thing that's going to happen today. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going over the minutia anymore. That's it. I'm calling a short down to 24,000, 22,008, at least to 23,008 over here. All right. I tried to save Bitcoin, but I couldn't. I tried to save it. I like what you're saying. Life had tried to save it, but he couldn't. I know, right? Hey, Jimmy saves Bitcoin over here. Jimmy saves the coins. Wanted or not wanted, the crowd cheers. Stop spamming Love Learning. You're so funny. Love Learning is never spamming. She's the most beautiful person in the world. You don't tell her to stop spamming. She's the most... Dude, Love Learning, I love you so much. You spam all you want, Love Learning. She's spamming my courses, man, and my love. XRPTA airdrop on Twitter. File, MENA, and VAI. Let's take a look. Trouble in Paradise. Trouble in Paradise. Also, 21-day moving average far away from the 200. It usually gives you a sign of a slump. But watch them squeeze everybody, though. Like, watch them just short squeeze everybody to the upside. You know what I mean? That's why I always check on that 7, because I'm like... But that's a head and shoulder now. We gave you that shoulder before it happened. You can't say we didn't. You know? Now, if it has to dump now, right? A little bit of a bullish div there, too. Look at that. That's a little bullish divvy right there. I'll tell you what. You got to play the probability, but you never know what's going to happen. You never know. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I'll tell you that right now. And I apologize. Some days I could see how a beginner would come here and just be like, you know, and that's any analyst. None of us, no analyst knows exactly what's going to happen. Anyone that says it is just, you know, shooting themselves in the foot, man, you know. Because you don't have to make a call, you know. I like to put myself on the line, though, personally. You know, we could also say that we're inside this channel. We broke out, we broke back in, and this could still bounce. You see, and that would break out to 28,341. So it just is, if this trend line holds, cool. You know what I mean? And what I love about this, about the short is it's likely to just do this and stay in the pattern. And you might not even get stopped out, right? So it looks like, you know, if the short doesn't pan out, it just could go sideways. You are battling and holding 24.5. All right. You're getting oversold on the 7, which tells me that's not where I like to open up a short. So it's like, however, I've seen the 7 just dump down here too before. So again, I'm not going to go back on this again. I'm staying short. All right. And I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong and we get squeezed and I'll have to come out and be like, I was wrong. It's very rare I have to do that. So a couple times a year. All right. I don't mind. Let's hope I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Like, let's try to get me to be wrong this time. Like, let's see what happens. Is the 4 hour still away from the 21? Does it still need to touch that too? Yeah, it's still got the space. So that tells you you're going to drop because you still need to get the price action to touch the 21. Either you go so sideways that the 21 has time to creep up to it, or you're going to drop. So I see sideways or downward price action for Bitcoin. I'm done. I'm not playing it again. I'm done. I'm calling short. I'm over it. I'm not indecisive anymore. All right? So there you go. Lifer called short. You could tell the world. Lifer called short. All right? Lifer called short. It is what it is. And I could be 100% wrong. One thing is they're both getting oversold again here on this smaller time frame. We could double bottom here. This 5-minute maybe double bottoming. Be like, Lifer, dang you, Lifer. You're supposed to tell us exactly what's going to happen, and we're supposed to make money. You can't be indecisive, Lifer. You have to tell us exactly where the price is going to go and exactly what to do every single day. And if you don't do it, get out. Oh, man. Shout out to the $130 in chat revenue. May God bless each and every one of you beautiful souls. No, really, you're all special because you made my life special. And if you didn't come to this stream and give me that dedication and that love, I'd never have what I have today. So God bless each and every one of you. You've made such a blessing in my life. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at the ES1, which I always look at every day. I haven't looked at yet. S&P futures. All right. So let's look at our S&P future idea here. I had a nice one. Actually, if you also look at the S&P or SPX, right? I had another one that was in blue that I put out yesterday that looked better, you know? Anyway. We're going to deep dive ES1 for you real quick and just kind of show you what's happening. I've deep dived it a few times already, but I'll do it again because I don't mind. Let's go to like the weekly chart and show you the big idea of the what's happening. So, right, it's getting money. They've been printing money for years. So because they've been printing money since 2008 and the crisis, here was regular price action. Look how much money they printed. It's insane what they've been doing, right? So slight pullback there. And that was right. That was the pandemic, their dump. Now we have the dump here, but we're touching the 200 SMA on the weekly. We never broke the 200 SMA. Good sign that we stayed above it on the weekly, and we're getting oversold. I'm telling you right now, the way this is starting to shape out. So we had this the whole time. We had this idea, this broadening falling wedge for the S&P. We kind of had this top channel, and we weren't back inside the pattern. And we keep saying, don't break inside the pattern, please. Please. And this has been the line in the sand for the S&P that everyone's been watching. So then I drew this chart here that we did kind of break, but you could draw that. And then you could connect these two, and you have a symmetrical triangle right on there. Pure as day. I mean, symmetrical triangles are 50-50 patterns that break up or down. If banks keep going down and we keep finding out that the interest rate can't go up, they're going to print money. If they're going to print money, then VCs, other people are going to have more access to it. Where are they going to have to put it? Into the market. They have no choice because there's no other place that it can kind of give them a return. So what I'm worried about is China dumping a government debt. China keeps dumping debt, then what happens there, right? So look, the 1 week suggests a pop is coming and that we have a double bottom here, which is nicely played out. And we have a third higher low that we've come back down on the stochastics. Stochastics were low. We came back on the stochastics with a higher low. It's a really good sign. That's how I use stochastics. You bounce them back and forth. When the stochastics go higher on the higher low, then you know there's a likelihood of a move to the upside. This kind of has shoulder, head, and shoulder vibes. Complex. Those could be almost two little ones. That could be one. I mean, you got the vibe of a complex head and inverted head and shoulder that could break to the upside. So the weekly looks interesting for the S&P. All right. We can see weekly support here and here at 3,800. And we see weekly resistance right there at 4166 and our next yellow bar. So we kind of get an idea of what's happening for the S&P. It's in a symmetrical triangle. It did break out of this wedge, came back for the retest, hasn't broken back inside the pattern yet. We don't want to see that. That's going to be a big issue. All right. So now we're watching this. Look, a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. And again, we don't want the white line to breach. We don't want this white line to be breached by the S&P. We do not want to see the S&P. I'll just put a box there just so we can kind of keep that for the next few days. We do not want to see the S&P go inside that yellow box, green box. I call it a green box. It looked green to me. People said it's yellow. Looks green to me, but I'm colorblind, but isn't that green? Who knows? So we're looking here. You love a good breach. You're so funny. Ridiculous. If you're a liper, drop a 333. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Yeah, so if that breaks down, right? So we don't want that. Right now, the 4 hours suggest that we're dumping. The 1 hour suggests enough is enough. So the 1 hour wants a bounce. That could help Bitcoin bounce. If the S&P gets a bounce here, that would help Bitcoin get a bounce. Let's look at our 15-minute to confirm. No, it's overbought, so that's going to struggle. Maybe come back down first before the bounce. So you're getting into it's sideways price action for the day. Short or sideways is the level. Shout out to the 777, beautiful souls. 777s, baby. Every single time. See it? Every time. Every time you come to the live, you're going to see 777s. That God number, baby. God bless you all for being here. Congrats, David Ryan. We love you, David. Looks green to me. You're funny. Love you, Lifer. Thanks for everything you do, man. You are really helping to change the game for people like me and others. Thank you for saying that. Some days, I get in my head and I wonder what I'm doing. And I wonder, you know what I mean? We're all as humans. 90% of the time, I'm like, yeah, I'm nailing it. I'm doing well. But you know what? Just like every humans, we all question our life. We all question where we're at, what's going on. Crypto space, all this nuts going on. I'm out here on my own every day, but I love it, man. I love this. I love working hard every day. I love kicking butt every day. I love working out, doing what's good for the mind, body, and soul, and getting it in, playing with our minds. We're playing with our minds right now. We're getting educated. We're not just sitting dry. You know what I mean? We're having fun with a group of people getting educated. To me, that's it doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. The daily suggests the S&P is going to bounce. So I call a pump on the S&P here, and it leads to the resistance at 4165. Always keep on spreading the life around Twitter. Thank you so much, Dr. Crypto. I love you for saying that, man. Yellow is the light, the hue of green nodders. Exactly. 777's in the chat. If you make gains, my man. XRPTA, Filecoin, MINA, and VAI. XRPTA. I mean, it's been tighter and tighter in a channel. Remember, we just been seeing this channel just get tighter and tighter. Symmetrical triangle could break down, but if it breaks down, it goes to some crazy negative number, which is pretty weird to me. You would take the length of the base of this, kind of place that there, and you would say you're looking at a 12-cent XRP. I mean, anything could happen, but the fact that with all the lawsuit action, no one's selling their XRP off at this point. I have my XRP, I'm not selling it. They've kind of defeated us to the point of where we're just done. We'd rather all go to zero than sell it. We don't care anymore. They've gotten to us to the point of conviction now. We're not even emotionally trading it anymore. We're just nah. It's attached to our lives at this point. The people who hold XRP are going to hold it till they find out what happens at this point. They've created too much spite out of people. They're not going to let their XRP go. It's just not going to happen. In that sense, I don't see big sell-offs happening, and that's why we have a higher low here. No matter how much FUD or fear they create, I see XRP making a big move soon. Tighter and tighter in the zone. I'm calling along for XRP and at least to the next resistance, but I believe XRP is going to break out in the next, 2 to 3 weeks. DK might be the left David, but he's the right David from us. You're funny. Seriously, who's selling XRP at this point? Nobody, right? So I see this tight channel. XRP breaking out. Measured move would take you to 66 if it got the bigger pump to the upside. All right. Super chats, Filecoin, Injective TA, which I sold off last night. Was it a good idea? Continued to pump to the upside. Wow, hit the target at 455. Bang, bang, bang. Injective, right? What a move for Injective. I like this coin attached to Atom, right? Decentralized exchange with Atom Tech. I mean, how could that not be big? So nobody really knows about it. Tiny market cap. Getting oversold in the 4-hour time frame. Let's just watch this flag here. And that's got some cup and handle vibes, right? Let's look at our daily. It did pump pretty hard recently. Yeah, our daily's getting overbought for a double top possibly. So this could be double topping. 22-hour and the daily are overbought. Let's wait for the 22-hour to touch the 21-day moving average. And before we get back in, pull a mini fib on this. and wait for that 618 fib area, just something like this, in my humble opinion. So I'm going to be watching Injective for a pullback. I did sell off. I got in 250 or 350, sold at 411. Wasn't a huge, Wow, and it went all the way to about 458. Not bad, not bad. I'll be looking to make I wanted a long-term bag of it, then I swung traded it because I had never confirmed I was going to hold it long. I mean, I kind of did want to hold it long-term, but I'm looking to just jump back in with those gains. So I want to just keep kind of trading it in and out, in and out. Same idea here with Bitcoin. You're in the broadening wedges. These are bullish patterns, all right? They're called, a bullish broadening wedge, all right? We'll Google this for you and show you what it looks like. And that's why the show ends whenever we're done teaching. Like, we go on these teaching journeys. We don't know where the journey's going to end every single day. We don't know where the teaching is going to stop or the teaching is going to end. We just don't know. We have no clue. We just continue to go. It's like we're on a mission, on a journey together. And that's what I love about the show. Some days the show ends, I'm like, I have no idea how that happened. Like, what an amazing show, right? So you got this idea here. Let me show you these. So the right angle descending broadening wedge. The descending broadening wedge. Price objective is this line here to the upside, okay? So that's something that, it looks like Bitcoin's attempting to make here, all right? Something like, it looks a lot like this here. How to trade the rising and falling wedge patterns at Forex. Same idea. See, these are the broadening, ascending broadening wedge, descending broadening wedge, okay? Are we ascending or are we descending? We're kind of ascending, right? We are ascending, which is bearish by the book. How did I lose that? Oh, there it is, yeah. Interesting. But then you have the right-angled ascending wedge. It's got the flat bottom. Nah, we got the... Hold on, let's figure this out. We got the broadening descending wedge. That's what we have. We got a broadening descending wedge, which is a bullish pattern. I will tell you that. It's just like a falling wedge in a way. It's like this guy here. See it? Broadening top, target 1 and target 2. So we do see ourselves inside of somewhat of a bullish pattern. All right. Injective, I would wait for it to come back down here after a massive pump to the upside. Nice move for Injective. All right. If you were in my trading group, we jumped in an Injective a long time ago too. Let's take a look at liquidity. Liquidity is a hot coin. Thank you for bringing it up. LQT. It's been hot recently. Had a bit of a move. Liquidity. All right. And it's on MEXC too, which makes me happy. All right. I like seeing big gainers on MEXC. Look at the thing. It just absolutely shot to the upside. You would have known about this coin just by going to our token metric section. I wish I had posted this out. Easy double bottom for the win. I mean, look at that. Easy double bottom for the win. But I was heavily caught up trading BTC the last few days. But that's something I definitely would have hit too. 127% gains. I'm ashamed for not posting that. But again, we'll nail it. We'll nail many of these. Liquidity was a coin we did put out a long time ago though in the trading group. And you would have heard about it even just by you. We research coins every Thursday, and my private weekly screen share. It's 2 hours. So you get 8 hours of private screen share time with me if you join my trading group. And there you can ask any question you want. Deep dive. We have a chat. We have a moderator. Love learning. We have so many people in there helping us out. So jump on in. All right. So liquidity pump, and now it has to come to the downside. I'd pull a Fibonacci, and I wouldn't touch it until it hits a 618. Pull a Fibonacci on the 22, and this thing has to come back down somewhere here, or maybe even just retest this area here and then consolidate. But you're looking at some type of consolidation, whether it's sideways or like a falling wedge of some type. But yeah, I'd wait for this to kind of pull back. And look how far away. Price action has to kind of interact again with the 21-day moving average. Huge move for liquidity in that double bottom, though. Huge move. Huge move for liquidity. Shout out to Ma Barley in the house. God bless you, bro. Let's take a look at Filecoin. Filecoin on KuCoin. So we looked at Filecoin. We liked it. Thought it could make a flag. Continued out of the flag. Never made the flag. Just continued to pop. We did draw a Fibonacci on it, and it came back down to the 618 golden pocket, and it bounced right off the golden pocket. That's why we were looking at it in the first place, right? But now you're getting overbought on the 22-hour without a lot of pop to you. Remember, Bitcoin gets bearish. Everything gets pretty bearish too, so you got to heed that idea. We had a big move. It's been great. We went from 19,000, like it's amazing. It got us out of the hole. It got us back above 20K. But now we're going to have to come to like what we have to deal with to get to our next level. Like nothing's going to be free. So kind of like a symmetrical triangle here. And Filecoin to me is likely heading back down to this area, something like this. And that would be a beautiful bullish consolidation. I would put an alert right here for Filecoin and another alert down here and another alert like right about here. And when those alerts hit, I may look back at Filecoin. Until then, I don't have to look at it or touch it. That's what I love about what I do. I analyze, set my alerts and move on. All right. When the alerts hit, I'll look back on it again and decide whether I want to, jump on in. MINA got a huge pump the last few days. Interesting. It kind of got brought into the whole AI idea, right? MINA. Now, I like MINA. I did a whole video on MINA. MINA is one of the smallest blockchains in the world. It's smaller than like a few pictures. And why? Because it uses this system. Say you dug out a bunch of, I use this idea for MINA. No, listen, I'm going to teach you MINA right now. You're outside, you dig a hole. You get MINA out of the ground, all right? I mean, you get gold out of the ground, MINA. You get gold out of the ground. Now, you don't want to tell someone, you don't want to bring the gold into work and be like, I just found gold under the ground. So you take a picture of it. Say you dig another hole, and then you find another item, and you take a picture of that. Now, you don't want to hand someone two pictures, so you put both pictures on a table, and you take a picture of that. That's how MINA protocol works. It keeps taking pictures of pictures. So, like, here's a transaction in the blockchain. That's one picture. Here's another transaction. They put it next to it, and then they take a picture of that, and they get rid of these two pictures, and they have one picture again. And, and this is the layman common idea, but it's the smallest blockchain in the world by kilobits. You know what I mean? You basically can download the whole entire blockchain to your phone. What I heard about it, though, is it runs on AWS, and it's not as decentralized as I thought, and a lot of its information is run on Amazon, so is that still true? And I had to deep dive this to figure this out. Does MINA still run on AWS? I believe it does. And someone could quote me if I'm wrong. I mean, someone could catch me here and say I'm running a node on MINA. OpsWorks versus MINA. What are the differences? Determine why E2 instances relaunch. What does AWS run on? Interesting. MINA protocol. Does MINA store data on the Google Cloud? I watched a review of the Coin Bureau about MINA. He mentioned that MINA stored all its data on Google Cloud. Is that true? If yes, MINA announced anything to improve that. That's simply not true. Not true. Blockchain is stored where people want to store it, and it doesn't matter. Nor does it have any kind of importance. Interesting. The visual guide will explore why MINA protocol is the future of blockchain technology. Learn to code ZK apps with me. It's pretty cool. I'd watch that video and learn how to code ZK apps, ZK rollups. I have a huge video that I just did. Man, I had to learn everything about ZK rollups yesterday, about how they're made, about how they're rolled up, about how transactions are positioned, about the top coins in ZK rollups, what's happening, what's it doing, and where we're going. I picked 3 main coins. I broke them down. Oh my gosh. I was in front of the teleprompter yesterday. The decentralized. Oh my God. The next video I give you guys is a book, and it's going to teach you so much about so many things. It's going to blow your mind. So stay tuned for that. MINA, man. So let's take a look at MINA after all that. Again, overbought on the 22-hour. Doesn't mean it can't continue to pump. I've seen many things happen, but I would have to say that it's at a resistance point, and it's likely to come back down to the bottom of the channel here. So, yeah, I don't like to jump on in when the 22 is that high. That's kind of my thing. Daily still has legs. 4 hours pointing to the downside too. We could attempt a retest, or is it? To me, it looks like it's in a broadening falling wedge, similar to like that. See. That's what we got going on right now. So MINA, to me, looks like it's going to come down. Got a big pump on some big news, but maybe now it gets somewhat sold off. You have a bit of a tiny support zone here that may hold at 72 cents for MINA protocol. All right. Let's look at VAI, one of my babies. I hold VAI long term. It's in my AI portfolio. Looking for it to do some damage at one point. It's pumped. We put it out, and we got a nice move out of it. I put on a lot of these coins. They all bounce nicely. Look, 57% gains out of VAI. AGIX as well. A lot of big coins pump. We still kind of have this shoulder, this kind of head, and this right shoulder idea that could just take us even lower. We might end up down here and retesting this 3 cent. It would be amazing if we could. I gotta get more VAI on the lows. Is that likely to happen? I guess because there's so much FOMO for these things. There's your low, there's your higher low as the 4 hours coming on down. This already retraced down to a 618, so it's not like the other coins that I showed you that pumped hard. This is retraced down and is now beginning to find its sideways consolidated price action. So we're looking for this to do some type of something. And look, the 21 day is touching price action. It's a really good sign that you're in consolidation mode. So you want to see this consolidate sideways and get into another move. Possibly a right shoulder ahead, and a left shoulder ahead, and a possible right shoulder here also. So you see that shoulder head and possible right shoulder that could get us a move. So we're looking for some type of consolidation in this area. We are getting oversold on the 4 hour time frame. It's a good time. We're looking really nicely here on the 1 hour. Even the 1 hour suggests that you may even get a bounce here. So the AI coins may act differently to Bitcoin. They have their own kind of FOMO going. Maybe a little bit of a scalp here on the 15. Even just a 22% gains, even just to the next move there. Possible scalp coming on VAI. All right. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Also could be making that shoulder to the head and the right shoulder there too. So just remember that idea. But possible scalp for VAI on my radar. All right. And we've been working hard, baby. We've been working hard. Shout out to everybody that works hard with the lifers. God bless you all. I can see y'all grinding every single day to change your lives. You go to the job that you know is like half of your life, and then you come into the lifers, which you know is your life. I was there. I remember being in a trading group while I was at work and just being like, what am I doing in this place? Like, I just didn't feel connected to the world. I was around people I did not connect with. I just felt like I just felt low energy, sitting inside of somebody's, look at the 333s. Views 43333, it disappeared, but we had the triple threes. Man, it was tough. You know what I mean? So VAI, possible scalp on the 1 hour. 15-minute is also low, also oversold. Sorry about the caps lock there. I didn't mean that. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to move forward. Sometimes I don't love my typos, but I'd rather get something out and fix it later than not do anything at all, right? So perfection keeps people from doing anything at all. So those are the super chats. ISO goes live March 20th. That's crazy. ISO 28282 goes live March 20th. That's going to be a big deal. I don't understand what's going on with the VWAP on AGIX right now. Sold short. Wow. Almost 50% on the day. Can you have a look at Chainlink? Take notes. Great tip, Sam. Thank you. I don't know what I said, but I say a lot of stuff. ITGR. Never seen it. Never heard of it. Integer. What is it on the New York Integer Holdings? What is this company? What do they do? I know nothing about this company. Funny, with the whole world in a broadening wedge. It's funny. You don't see this pattern rarely, and then everyone's in it. It's overbought on a lot of big time frames, telling me that it may struggle a little bit, Daily wants to pop, though. So it could be possibly daily scalp. Tight moving averages. That looks like it could happen to the top of the pattern. ITGR. Never heard of it. I don't trade stonks. Thank you for the $100 super chat yet again, man. God bless you for starting off the good vibes, helping people get into the information here in the trading group. I've never seen a trading group like that. It's ITGR on MEXC. I was about to say, thank you, man. I mean, that's got cup and handle vibes, right? You see it, right? Integer. This thing looks like it wants to do damage on the daily. You got hidden bullish divergence as that swings up, but this swings down, telling you that the trade can continue to the upside. You're in a giant bowl. Routed bottoms pay the bills, baby. Kind of a cup and handle there, right? That's a cup and handle for sure. You had a resistance that you fell below, a support that you fell below, though. You have a support right below that. You're touching the 200 SMA, and you got tight moving averages. I like what I'm seeing for this. Let's take a look at the 2-day. Yep, about to rip. 12, 22 like most of the markets in a tough spot. 4 hour, like this is not where I want to be getting in. So I'd be looking for this to break out on a smaller time frame and retest on the 4, like somewhere here. I'd be looking for the 4. So I'd be getting there or there once the 4 hour resets. That's how I play it. All right. If it doesn't happen, then so be it. But that's what I'd be looking at for ITGR. I scoop more XRP below 35 cents. Sub with Sol 3S parabolic. Well, that's my man, Stack McChange, man. He was all over this coin. Nailing it. So here we have this, like, see, it's kind of in a cup and handle there, right? Had that rising wedge to break to the downside. It did. Measure move was pretty close last time someone asked me about it. Are you asking about on a MEXC? I mean, it's going parabolic. I mean, it's got to move here, but is it on another exchange that you're saying is going parabolic? Had beautiful bullish divergence here. I mean, you play your bullish divergences. Divergences will change the way you trade. It's a Class C bullish divergence. They're both slanting down, but the slant is way harder here. You have Class A, B, or C, depending on the level of the angle. If the angle is very, very apparent and different, it's Class A. If the angles are both pretty much, just slightly less aggressive, it's B. And if they're both pointing down, but the angle's far sharper of a point down, it's Class C. All right? And you kind of have, like, I guess you had that going. I could attempt to do something like this. It's out of resistance now, though. Not amazing, right? And you're getting overbought on the 4 hour time frame. I'd be taking profits on that if I was in it, but hey, maybe it continues. Smaller time frames will tell you if there's a scalp continuing. Yeah, you're getting overbought. Now you're in a rising wedge in the 15. These break down 68% of the time. Back down to where they began. I'd be careful on that. If you're really, really into it, you flag it out here and see that the 21 touches the price action in the flag, and then the trade would be this. This would be the trade after it touched the 21-day moving average. All right. Live and around the blockchain Thursday at 5 p.m., a BitBoy show that shares the latest crypto news, project news. Let's support the lifer in the lifer community. USD down, low, VRVP till 7.26. Do you pull bullish div from the bottom of the pattern and bearish from the top? Yes. Bearish only on the top, bullish only on the bottom. Notorious Nugs, you've been here a long time. You got it, my friend. You got it. Okay. I stuck my short out last night, even though I got cold feet. That's on growth. Finally, some conviction on my call-outs. There you go. Sticking to your calls. That's kind of how it works, man. That's how it works. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Let's take a look at what happened to BTC. Did we get the dip? We did. We called the short. We got short. 24,350. We got them, baby. We got them. So we stuck to our guns. We didn't get to, we found that head and shoulder there. Starting to break to the downside. We broke back inside the pattern, which I told you I didn't want to do. If you break back inside the pattern, there's a chance this pattern will break to the downside. And it has a nasty, nasty move down. A rising wedge would break down the base of it. And it would break down pretty fast. That could take you right down here to the measured move, 22,530. Remember, the bigger measured move of this is here, 22,000 about 300, 22,007. So, 500. Our first stop is going to be 23,750. All right, and we'll go from there once we break, if we do break this trend line. But right now, I'm bearish. I called bear. Thank God I called it at the last minute. Thank gosh. Woof. You know what I mean? I waited the 7 for the confirmation of the 7, though. I wanted the 7 minute to show me it couldn't get above that resistance and make the right shoulder. Once the 7, we projected this right shoulder before it even happened, everybody. We were right here, and anyone can attest to it. You can go back in time and watch the show, but we were right here, something like this. Hello? All right, everybody, I'm out for the day. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to continue to follow this, but the short does have a measure to move down, and we breach this pattern. Chance we bounce back up here. There's a little bit of support there. A lot of indecision. All right? A lot of indecision. Shout out to everybody here. So sorry. My sailboat, we should have had that live. I have a boat. It just got blown off the mooring. It's on the beach right now.
Yeah, I think you should get off it.
A boat that I never get to use got blown off the beach. The harbor master just called and was like, there was a hard wind last night. He's like, your boat got taken off the mooring, ended up on the side of the water. somewhere on a beach. So it's like a $20,000 boat, $25,000 boat. Insane, man. So so sorry to keep you guys waiting here. I had no idea I was still live. Everyone, short may actually hold there. This is a really weird situation. The 7-minute is trying to attempt to keep itself from getting back inside this pattern. It is like battling right now. You see this? This is a falling wedge. It's battling itself here. It's oversold in the 7. We still may get the bounce. This is absolutely insane. This is nuts. Still a bit of a head and shoulder here. It's tough today. Price action sideways or to the downside. I'm going to have to leave it at there. There's a chance we still get this bounce on the 7-minute time frame to the upside. I told you it was about a boat, so it wasn't about kilts. Check out SNX real quick. Thank you for guiding us. God bless, brother.
You gotta go. Get off, Sam.
Boat problems, am I right? Yeah. All right, I got to go, everyone. I got to go figure out this boat. I love you all. I'll see you later on in the trader group. God bless each and every one of you. I'll catch you on the next live stream.